Hello everybody, today we're going to talk about the secret of analog sound, also referred to as character, flavor, color, warmth. What does it mean? How do you get it? Well, it's really quite simple. It's basically analog ear being pushed and saturating, and that's color. That's analog warmth. To demonstrate, I have here two Fairchild emulations. Let's see what they do. I'm going to just use the basic sine wave. There's an analyzer here to, if you can't hear, to be able to see. Let's find out if either of them do anything. So that one does not. That one does. Instantly, by putting the signal through it without the needle moving, without any kind of compression, you are getting some sort of color added to the sound. Whether you want this color or not is up to you, of course. But this is what this machine will do. Let's see if we can get some color out of this one. Just max it out. You wouldn't really ever use it like this, but so this is the speed of it. When it's fast, you get distortion, essentially. When it's slow, you don't. So when it's slow, I can't really hear it doing anything. There's a little tiny bump going on there, but when it's fast, it does something. This one will obviously work, because it's already working. Again, by slowing it down, we can get rid of some of that, but not all of it, because it's obviously a noisy old machine. This is the FET 1176, very popular for its character. What does that mean? Currently not much. If we input more, we start to get something. Something more, and something more. This is a really terrible example on a bass, because actually its kind of special trick is to bring up stuff, bring up quiet things. So when you have a hit, it'll bring up straight after the transient, and you get a much fatter sound. But however, you can hear and see is doing plenty just on this very simple sound. Next we have a preamp. This does nothing on its own. Now we need to make sure that we don't clip here, because if we do, this is what happens. That's the sound of Logic's clipping mechanism. It is not the sound of this plugin. So if we get this down, you can use Logic's clipper, sure, if that's the sound that you're looking for, but the actual sound of this device is different. This is an interesting one, black box. Let's just have a see if this one does anything on its own. Yes, it does. It's got a little tiny bump just there. And then, of course, you can use it to color away to your heart's content. It's tube, so it's quite mellow. The other one was more trying to match the level a bit more. So a very different type of flavor, really. Character. And is he a character? This is called character. Guess what it does? Check it out. Have a listen. It fattens up the sound instantly. instant character. Okay, my last ones are the Pultec EQs, which are very often used because people like the sound that they impart. Let's find out what that is. Now, this is not a Pultec EQ. I've got this one for a very particular reason, and you will see why in a moment. Let's see if these do anything on their own to start with. Just adding a little tiny little bump just there, very small. This one is not. This one's not. But if you put the transformer on, you can instantly hear it doing something. Okay, if we were to start to push these a little bit, we might find that they have some specific character to them. Let's see. Turning on my gains would help. So the analog button there is essentially emulating an analog Pultec. So you're hitting some sort of headroom here and getting that distortion or saturation. How about this one? Nothing. But give it some headroom or take away the headroom and you got something. You got something different on both. Interesting. What's happening here is we're getting a very similar sound. That sounds identical, isn't it? From what I can tell, it certainly sounds it, and it looks very much the same. And the reason for this is because they're both clipping. Here we go. That's clipping, and this one. It's clipping as it goes in. We can do more. That doesn't sound very nice. So this has got sort of two ways of working, hasn't it? It's got its internal clipping because it has to come out through this output. And then you can pop the transformer in the way and get a different sound again. Right, the reason you would use these things, of course, is to boost stuff. So let's see when we boost stuff if it actually does anything to the sound. The sound's getting louder, and we're clipping. But that's okay, we can stop it clipping. Let me just deconnect this. There we go. If you look at the waveform, nothing is happening to the waveform. And that's just clipping again, isn't it? If we were to connect it, we're just getting clipping. It's okay. Let's try this other one. Boost. Now, because we're clipping, but with its own internal clipping system, we're getting that sound. Turn that off, and it's gone. How about this one? This has its own. The curve is different, so it will sound different. I'm not sure if I can even match the curves. They're just a different type of EQ. When you put the transformer in the way, that changes again. So there we go, folks. I hope this video cast a bit of light on the very strange terminology that we've heard many times. Basically, to get your character or your color, you need something that emulates analog gear that basically can be pushed, and when it's pushed, it saturates. Different ones saturate in different ways, as we saw, so we get different kind of characters out of them, and it depends what you're looking for to sort of pick the best one for your need. The EQs are an interesting one because I've always known the Pultecs to be used for their unique character, and I think the character in this case doesn't necessarily refer to saturation that you get from them, because we saw that when you boosted them they didn't actually saturate, but what they did do is boost with a very unique curve, which I've not really managed to match with different ones. I tried it with the channel strip earlier on today and it just didn't sound the same really. Maybe there is a way, but it seems to me that if you like that sound and it's already there at the spin of a single knob, then why bother spending ages trying to figure out how to get that sound when it's already there. If you have any questions or comments, I would love to hear them. Please write them down below. Otherwise, thank you for joining me tonight. See you guys next time. Bye bye.